You know,
I do understand. I have understood your allegation.
No, it's not an allegation. It is a well-proven fact. Perfectly. There is an annual amount which is to be fixed.
How can I?
No, is it not true? Is it not true? Is it not true that hundreds of crores are fixed at certain zonal levels, and at each zone there is a fixed amount of money which has to be collected? In fact, in mineral-rich Jharkhand, one of the biggest sources of funds, police officers have noticed that Maoists collect 7.5% as levy from all development works from contractors in the area under their dominance. There is a 7 to 10% levy, which is the hafta collection rate from industrial and mining companies. These are facts stated. It's not intelligence sources, it is accepted facts. Now, my question to you is very simply this, and why are you running away from my question, Mr. Bhadra? The question is that these soldiers and this one civilian have been killed because this road would have stopped the hafta collection industry of these cowards. You know it. Now, I want to hear from you what your justification for that will be. No answer?
So my answers uninterruptedly, you listen to me. Number one, again I am saying the entire allegation made by you against the Maoist way of collecting money.
Oh, so they collect money, but what is the way of collecting money? What is the problem? On what basis do they collect money? On what basis do they collect money?
Illegally collecting money. State is there, the laws are there.
So when it comes to this, what a hypocritical argument. When I ask you about the extortion, you say state is there. 1 minute. When I ask you about the extortion, you say state is there. At other times, you say we don't believe in the state. When I ask you about the hafta collection, you say the state will deal with it. At other times, you say we don't believe in the Indian state. I mean, which side are you on, Mr. Bhadra? You appear to be a little confused tonight.
How they collect?
You don't know how they collect?
How they collect money? How they collect money, how they run their how they collect money, how they collect arms, how they run their organization is not our business.
Oh, how is it not your business? You are the overground group of these hafta collectors.
There is a state intelligence, they can say so. Media are there, they can expose them. Point is,
what exposed them? When we ask these questions today 16 people have been killed because they were stopping the extortion industry of these individuals. At least tonight, have a heart.
Have
a heart and tell me.
How to deal with them.
No, you kill people because they will stop your hafta collection. And then you'll call it.
I know you are disturbed by the Maoist illegal way of collecting money. That is not.
Aren't you disturbed? Aren't you disturbed by the illegal way of collecting money? You're not disturbed by it. You're not disturbed. You support the hafta collection.
For the first time, in our...
You support the hafta collection. Are you not disturbed by these extortionists?
No, I'm not supporting. I'm not supporting hafta collection.
Not supporting. You aren't allowing any operations to get through.
How to deal an armed opposition group. How to deal an armed opposition group.
This is not an armed opposition group. This is a bunch of extortionists. The question is, how do you deal with hafta collectors? How do you deal with extortionists? How do you deal with criminals? How do you deal with people who don't even know that Kanu Sanyal himself said that this Maoism is not the road to Naxalbari. Don't you know that? You've not read Kanu Sanyal? You don't know the frustration he felt towards the end of his life? Don't you know the circumstances in which he was disillusioned with violence? What ideology are you talking about? Why did that civilian have to die? Is this ideology where you make money, from corporates and you called yourself an ideology?
Conclude by saying that.
Why are you supporting the hafta collection?
Conclude by saying that. What you want to conclude by saying that?
I am concluding only one simple thing. I am concluding only one simple thing, Mr. Sujato Bhadra, if you have the courage to hear it. You are not fighting an ideological battle. This is not ideological battle. This is extortionism. This is hafta collection. This violence cannot bring change. The violence being indulged cannot solve things. Killing people is not the way. You have killed people who are building a road.
The
problem with you is you don't even know what Kanu Sanyal said, or you don't have the courage to accept it on national television. You don't have the courage to say I stand against the hafta collection. You don't have the courage to say that till they stop making money from corporates, I will disown them. You don't have the courage, Mr. Sujato Bhadra, accept it. But yet you want the sense of importance, so you go and have talks with Mamata Banerjee. So you want a sense of importance, so people like you line up to talk with Mamata Banerjee. All you want is power at any cost, Mr. Bhadra. People like you. People like you want power at any cost.
It is true.
On the barrel of a gun, on the lives of children, on the rapes of women, and on the hundreds of crores of extortionists. People like you, Mr. Bhadra, want power at any cost, accept it. You don't care if our people are made cannon fodder. What movement?
You are against.
What movement?
You are not.
You know what Kanu Sanyal said? Repeat it tonight on national television.
Again, the same thing you are
repeat it. Yes, I want you to repeat it. I want to know from you what ideology is. I want to know what ideology allows this.
Whose ideology?
Yes, so you have no ideology, so you accept there is no ideology. So don't disguise yourself behind an ideology.
I am not here
Don't disguise yourself behind an ideology. Don't disguise. Tomorrow, what are you saying?
I am not here to espouse Maoist ideology.
Good. For the first time you have disowned it. Good.
If you have a relevant question to
Good.
ask,
These people haven't even read Mao.
It's an irrelevant question. You
irrelevant question.
Somebody who does not represent Maoist.
Really?
You are shouting at somebody who does not represent Maoist.
So tell me, when they were going to be talks with the Mamata Banerjee government, what were you doing, Mr. Bhadra? Did the Mamata Banerjee government open up for talks or not with Maoists? Tell me your facts tonight. Let's be straight. Did they open up to talks with Mamata Banerjee? Did she try to get them on the dialogue table? Did she try to do that? Where were you then? What was your role?
All human rights activists do accept that.
So all then you become a human rights... No, on what basis? On what basis? There are many human rights activists. Why were you chosen to be the link? On what basis were you the link?
Human rights activists
what basis? On what basis were you the link? What basis were you the link? What basis were you representing them?
Because
reveal it tonight.
Why we are answering? We are answering why? We have been shouting all over India that
completely exposed tonight, Mr. Bhadra.
Why we have been invited to open up a dialogue with the Maoists? Because we have been shouting for years together.
There is importance.
Has to be negotiated.
The question is simply this, Mr. Bhadra. There is a need. There is a need to bring a lot of people in this country. Mr. Bhadra, don't be shallow. Don't be shallow. There is a need to bring a lot of people into the mainstream. There is a need to bring a lot of people into the mainstream. But if a group of 25 to 30 people, if a group of, you have read Ek Maowadi ki diary, I'll tell you, Mr. Bhadra, there is a need. Listen, Mr. Bhadra. Mr. Bhadra, listen. There is a need to bring. Mr. Bhadra, please.
Arnab, you listen to me.
You listen to me, Mr. Bhadra. You listen to me. You know, you have not said one word against the Hafta collection industry.
You have invited me to channel. You listen to me.
Yeah, you answer the question. I'm not invited you to the channel to make a speech.
You have invited to me.
Yeah, to answer my questions, not to make a speech.
What is this?
Mr. Bhadra.
Absolutely you are unfair. Your stand is a hockey stand and unfair stand.
I have asked you one question. Mr. Bhadra, understand this. Mr. Bhadra, understand this. Please calmly understand. Mr. Bhadra, I'll tell you one thing. You remember one thing, Mr. Bhadra. There is a need to bring a lot of people in this country into the mainstream. There is a lot of people you need to get into the mainstream. The government needs to get into a lot of areas. We need to do a lot for the people. We need to reduce marginalization of people. We need to do that, but this is not the way.
Peace and negotiation is only the solution.
This is not the way.
You have to negotiate with the
RK Singh is responding. RK Singh.
RK Singh is responding.
We are talking about terrorists.
RK Singh first.
Arnab, we are talking about terrorists who kill anybody who does not support them. They just murder them in cold blood. You take the figures of the innocent civilians who have been killed in cold blood by these Naxalites, these terrorists who call themselves Naxalites. How can anybody sympathize with them? I fail to understand.
In a war conflict, in a war conflict, any kind of
in the Naxalite, in the areas dominated by Naxalites.
No, I want to ask
right to differ.
Kavita Srivastava, before I go into the break. Kavita Srivastava, before I go into the break, my simple question to you is this. Has it gone too far? You know, till the Maoists continue to... 1 minute, Mr. Bhadra. Mr. Bhadra, please, hear the contrary view. Hear the contrary view. I'm telling you, there needs to be development. There needs to be, the government needs to reach out. The government needs to present a human face. The government needs to bring people into the mainstream, Mr. Bhadra. You're not listening. I'll take a break and I'll come back. My question to Kavita Srivastava is on the other side of the Newshour debate tonight. Kavita Srivastava, my question to you is on the other side of the Newshour debate tonight. You can always say that, you need, Kavita, you can always say we need to bring people into the mainstream, etc. Your government needs to reach out. Development needs to go out there and need to end the alienation. Completely agreed, okay? But when the government tries to do that, when you're trying to build a road which will effectively stop two things, it will stop extortion, it will stop kidnapping, because forces will be able to reach quicker. It will bring in development, it will allow industry, allow jobs, allow people to go in. Then what happens? 200 people come in and they blast these 16 people. Now, I want to ask you, this kidnappings is my second point today. This has gone on for too far now. On kidnappings, 1,554 kidnappings. This kind of kidnapping happens only when you're using kidnappings as another source of revenue. So you are basically, this whole so-called movement, which is not a movement, has now become an extortion and kidnapping industry, much like it is in the Badlands of Uttar Pradesh, or it was in the Chambal at one point of time. What's the difference? What's the difference? Would you really want to justify it?
Arnab, are you asking me?
Yeah, that's to you, Kavita.
Yeah, see, firstly, I want to condemn very strongly what's happened today, and in no way can this kind of violence be accepted. And secondly, the kinds of questions that you're asking, I think you need to ask the Maoist representatives, because no kind of ambush can be accepted by anybody, whether by any army or by, Maoists. The ambush and abductions
and extortion
are completely unacceptable.
And extortion.
And extortions, they're completely unacceptable.
But it's going on, you see. But it's going on, you see. So what is the alternative of the state?
Yeah. Okay. Can I say something? And can we have a slightly civil discussion?
No, that's all right. Completely civil. It's direct. It's direct. I won't prevaricate on this program. Yes.
Yeah. And I will reply directly.
Thank you.
See, I think we also absolutely, whether it is Sujato Bhadra or other human rights groups, just don't want any more unnecessary loss of life.
No, but who carried out this violence today?
Whether that be a military...
No, who carried out the ambush
today? Whether it be a military... Absolutely.
No, so how would you deal with them?
Today it was the Maoists. Yeah, 1 minute. See, the trouble is that every effort of the government is to alienate the tribals from
No, but here you're building a road.
The government never even
but they were building a road. How does building a road amount to alienating the tribals? How does building a road amount to alienating the tribals? I don't understand this. Please tell me.
Yeah.
Okay, let's debate this.
Before that, 1 minute. Yeah, 1 minute. The road has come today, but before that, you've had hundreds of mining leases which has dispossessed people, where people have been
who makes the money from the mining companies? Who carries out the extortion from the mining companies? What about the proof? What about the proof that exists that these same people make money from these so-called mining companies? The hundreds of crores which these so-called mining companies pay to these people. When you're taking money in cash from them, it's all right.
No,
when you're taking black money from them, it's all right. That's excusable, because that's a professional deal, a contract, a financial contract between the so-called Maoists, who are not Maoists and all, and the corporates who pay them. That's all right. You can take money from these people, but if somebody goes to try to build a road, if somebody tries to build a school, if somebody tries to build a radio station, if somebody tries to build a telephone exchange, if somebody tries to build a forest road, if somebody tries to build a culvert, then it is bad. But if you take money from the companies which carry out mining, of which there is substantial amount of proof, Kavita, that's okay. I don't understand this. Kidnapping is okay, extortion is okay,
Arnab,
money making is okay, the black economy is okay.
These are not my words.
No, but...
Arnab, these are your words.
76 panchayat buildings have been blown up by the Maoists.
Can I?
76.
Can I respond?
Is it true or not?
Can I respond? The Supreme Court of India very clearly stated, gave certain guidelines to government of Chhattisgarh to implement. Not a single line of that was implemented. You know, the middle ground.
207, no, 1 second.
So that there could be some dialogue.
I believe there should be development. People should go. The government should reach out. People should be responsive. People should be accountable. People should be brought into the mainstream. The government needs to bring a healing touch. Completely agreed. I just don't understand one part. And Kavita, I really want to genuinely ask you this. 207 school buildings blasted. 590 forest roads destroyed. All these culverts destroyed, 228 telephone exchanges destroyed, right? 76 panchayat buildings, teachers killed, those who attend school killed, children who go there killed, women who are sending their children to schools have been raped as punishment. I want to know from you genuinely, what ideology is this? What is this ideology, Kavita? What is this ideology? What is this ideological battle? This is not what you're trying to make it out to be. Even you know that. It's gone out of control, hasn't it? It's become institutionalized hafta collection. It's become institutionalized hafta. There's a lot of money at stake, millions of dollars.